What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back out here in the bait laboratory today, and it's time to make some custom plastic worms for a subscriber. And they hit me up on email, wanted some spinner baits, they wanted some jigs, and they wanted some plastic worms to get made. So I figured I'd film the process of making the plastic worms today. Kind of a unique color. We're going with a black and a couple different color flakes, and we'll get into that more in detail when we start making these baits up. But excited to do this video for you guys. It's going to be a pretty basic color, pretty basic mixture here. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So if you like this color, you guys can do it at home and get some baits made for yourself. So let's get into it. Let's make some worms. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is take the temperature of our plastic. And then what I'm going to do, since it's at 350 or 351 and then drop down a little bit, the next thing I'm going to do is take my black colorant, put some of that in there, and then I'm just going to stir all that black colorant in there, and then in a second, when I feel like I got enough black in there, we are going to go and add our flake. Okay, so it's time to add some flake to our Plastisol. I'm going to stir it up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to add blue and gold. I'm going to start with this gold. It's 040 gold flake. We're going to add that in first. I'm going to do it one and about a half of this quarter teaspoon. And then we're going to do the blue next. And then we got 015 royal blue right here. I'm gonna do 2 of these. I want a little bit more blue. So 2/4 teaspoons of blue. And then we're gonna stir it all in. And I think this is gonna turn out to be a kind of a neat color. I've never made anything like this. But yeah, the blue and the gold is shining through. Might have to add a little bit more in there because I think I want there's definitely enough blue, but we might add a little bit more gold in there. Yep, we're gonna add a little bit more of the gold flake. Just a little bit. So I want that gold to kind of pop through a little bit like almost like a little charger color that we got going on right now. A little Raider charger blend, almost. But yeah, that's kind of turning out cool. I like that blue coming through a lot, and then that gold just kind of accents everything just a little bit. But yeah, so far so good on that. And I think we're actually ready, and I think we got enough heat still in our plastic to get our first ones going. So we are making 6-inch L Gusano mold or worms today, and just gonna drop our plastic like so, come over to the mold, and this, like I said, this is the 6-inch L Gusano mold. It's the DoIt mold. Great 6-inch soft plastic mold. And here in a second we'll see how this first run of baits turned out. And I'm kind of feeling like it may not have turned out as good because I feel like I should have been able to squeeze a little bit more Plastisol into that mold than I did, but we'll know here in a second. Now I'm going to top off that sprue just like so, put the extra back in the cup, and put that in the microwave so it stays warm. Okay, so I think our first run of baits is ready to come out of the mold, and we'll see what these look like, see how they turned out. And actually, that's a really cool looking worm. It's a lot better than I expected, and if you're night fishing, I think this thing would be the deal. Nice black color, definitely can see that blue, and can definitely see that gold coming through. Pretty cool worm. Take it out of the mold. Gonna set it up, set it off over in the bath, just like so. And then we're gonna get on to the next ones. Okay, so round number 2 coming on up. Gonna draw up that Plastisol. And one thing I didn't mention that I should have when I was getting my color all mixed up with the black colorant and then the blue and the gold flake is to remind you guys to be very careful when you're using black, because a little goes a long way. So start off not using a ton of black colorant and then add as you go, and because otherwise you can sometimes get this to really get thick with the black, a lot thicker than you're anticipating, and you're gonna end up with some problems, and you're gonna have a hard time seeing all your different flakes and stuff like that come through. So just be careful with your black. All right, so we got round number 2 coming out of the mold, and we're gonna be making a bunch of these today. I think the customer wanted 32 or 36 or something like that, and we're gonna be making all those up today. I'm not gonna do every single pour on camera because like you guys can see, I only have one of these molds, so I literally have to do this like 10 to 13 different times, so I'm not going to put you guys through that. But this worm turned out really, really good. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Let's put this one in the bath as well. Come on over, drop it on in, and we're 2 down and about 10 more to go. So something I want to let you guys know is, obviously when you make plastics and stuff like that, you get a lot of leftover sprues and everything. You do not need to throw that away, and you can even reuse that while you're pouring that same color, so that way you don't waste plastic. So for example, I got like 32 to 36 of these worms that I got to make, and that 1-2 cup size Pyrex cup isn't going to be enough, so I can remelt that plastic that's laying on the table right there, and then not waste any more plastic, not pour anymore, not pour any more into a cup and heat it up and use the colorant all over again. I can just reuse what I got lying there. So keep that in mind when you guys are making your own stuff. Well, this is going to be the last one that I do on camera. When we get over to the bath, I'll show you guys. I did a bunch off of camera because, like I said, I want to bore you with making all 36 of these on camera. But just remember, when you're pouring these things, guys, is you want to do slow, even pressure when you go push the Plastisol into the mold. Then you want to hold that pressure and then slowly lift the injector off of the mold and just fill up that sprue just like so, and then come back, pour the extra back into your cup. And what I like to do is put it right back in the microwave so everything stays hot and minimizes how many times I have to reheat my Plastisol. So one of the ways I really like to make sure that my worms are ready to come out of the mold is I just kind of tap the top of the sprue right here, and if it's still mushy, if it's still gooey up on top, then I wait. But if it's nice and solid like it is right now, I'll undo my clamps just like so, and then I take the knife and I open everything up, and then I just take everything out of the mold just like that, and voila, we got our worms ready to go. Put them in the bath. And like I said right here, guys, we got a whole bunch of them in there. Made a bunch off camera, and if you can hear fan noise in the background, it's because I got a fan blowing all the fumes out of the garage. But we got a few more pours to do, and I'll check in with you guys when I'm done. All right, well, there are our worms right there. Pretty cool color, I think. I think the customer's definitely going to be happy with them. Lot of flake in there. Really cool looking worms. I like that gold in there. I like the blue. The black turned out real good. It wasn't too thick. But yeah, I think the customer's going to be happy. I made a couple extra so that way they would be able to have some more of them in case I had a couple bad ones that I didn't see or something like that in there. But overall, I definitely think these turned out really good, and I'm happy with the final product, and they're going to get shipped out here pretty soon. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching me make these baits. Had the black worm with the blue and gold flake. I thought it turned out really, really good. I'm excited to ship these off to the customer. I think they're really gonna like it. The Plastisol that we were using today is the DoIt Molds Soft Baits Crystal Clear Plastisol in the soft formula, so there's gonna have a lot of good action. Great finesse worm. And I've gotten a lot of questions about the Crystal Clear Plastisol from DoIt Molds, and people have had a tendency to burn it. And I've done it myself, and probably will in the future once again. But what I have found that helps me the most with this Plastisol, because I do like it, is heating it up slowly is the key. Because if I get impatient and I try to heat it up too fast, that's when it starts to yellow on me. That's when I end up burning it. But when I take my time, I do it slowly, I stir it up a lot through the heating process. That's when I get that crystal clear color. And you can too. You just got to go a little bit slower. And make sure you stir it up a lot and heat it up slowly. That's the key, because when I go fast, that's when I burn it. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think these baits turned out cool. So follow what I did in today's video if you want to make them yourself. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. If you're new to the channel and wonder if I do fishing specific stuff, I do. I do vlog stuff. I do fishing specific videos as well. So if any of that stuff sounds like something you want to watch, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions or anything like that, make sure to leave a question down in the comments. We'll get a conversation going. And if you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And another thing, if you want to know anything about what I was using in today's video, I got all of it linked down in the description of the video, so it makes it really easy for you guys to be able to go out there and purchase this stuff if you want to get it for yourself. So again, I hope you guys liked today's video. Check out all those links down in the description of today's video, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!